And in today's activity, we're going to be making our own multiplication monsters. But before we can create our monster, we have to figure out what its head and body and arms and legs and eyes and mouth, nose and body covering and tail is going to look like. And how we're going to do that, we're going to answer the questions, and then we're going to use the key on the next page to figure out what your head is going to look like or what your body is going to look like. What you're going to need is a die, okay? If you don't have one, you can find an app on the computer or an iPad or a phone, or you could pick numbers out of a hat. So let's say we rolled the dice and we got 3, 5, 1, and then 2, okay? This is a good question. If you rolled 1, 1, 1, 1, that's not a good question because that's not challenging at all, right? Same with if you rolled maybe 3, 4, 6, and then 1, well, again, that's not quite challenging enough. So please roll another number. So instead of a 1 down here, maybe it could be anything else, okay? Like a 3 or something. So make sure that it's actually challenging enough and that you're not making it too easy for yourself. Alright, so we rolled a 3, a 5, a 1 to make 351, and then we rolled a 2. So we're multiplying by 2. So let's do this. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. The units stayed down. The 10s get carried. 2 times 3 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. So you have 702 as your product. Okay, so what are we going to do with that number? Well, on the next page, we've got this key, and we're going to use this key to figure out what the different parts of our monster is going to look like. So the first question was for the head of our monster, and it tells us if our product was even, our head should be round. If our product was odd, your head should be squares. So remember, a product is what? It's the answer to a multiplication question, okay? So in our question, we got a product of 702. So is this an even or an odd number? Let's look at the units. Is 2 an even number or an odd number? It's an even number, right? So our head is going to be round. So once you've finished all of those questions, you can then start creating your monster. So we found out that our head was round, right? So it didn't say if our head should be big or small, okay, but it just said round. So you could have a small head or you could have a large head, and it just has to be round. So it doesn't have to be a perfect circle. It could be oval, it could be long, it could be a weird round shape, okay? So it's up to you. Be creative with your monster, but I want you to try your best with your monster, so don't scribble. You can color it in and make it creative and everything, okay? You can add some personal touches as well, aside from what the key tells you, okay? All right, so if you have any questions, find us on Seesaw and have fun.